Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle, and this is my Cloak and Dagger Christmas recommendations video for the Billiard Room. I will include a link to my announcement video in the cards up above, so if you have not watched any announcement videos for Cloak and Dagger Christmas, I recommend that so that you kind of know what our theme is this year and the prompts. And so these are my recommendations for the prompt of the Billiard Room. So in this prompt, it's to read the next numbered book in a series, or to read a book that has a game or a sport involved. So my recommendations here are going to be for books that have a game or a sport involved. Now, I don't tend to read a ton of books with games or sports involved, but I did manage to find a few. Now, what I had really hoped for here was to find a book that had billiards in it, where they were actually playing billiards in the mystery, and I just couldn't think of one that I have read before. So, if you know of a mystery that has billiards in it, where they're playing billiards, could you let me know in the comment section down below, because I would like to add that to my reading list for my own Cloak and Dagger Christmas reading list. I think it would be really fun to actually read a mystery where they're playing billiards. So let's get on with my own recommendations. First up is Beneath the Bleeding by Val McDermid. This is from her Tony Hill and Carol Jordan series from 2009. I enjoy this series. Carol Jordan is a police officer. It's set in Bradfield. Bradfield. So it's kind of like the north of England. And so Carol Jordan is a police officer, and Tony Hill is a psychologist. He's their profiler essentially for their team. And this is a great series. Beneath the Bleeding specifically is a book about football, or as we would say here in Canada or in the United States, soccer. So Tony Hill is in the hospital. He has been attacked by one of the patients that he sees at Bradfield Asylum, I think, Bradfield Hospital. And while he's in hospital, he needs to investigate or help as much as he can. So a football star has been poisoned, and then a local football stadium is attacked. There's a bomb blast at the stadium. So this one is all about soccer or football, whatever you call it. And so this one would definitely count for the Billiards Room prompt. Next up is Dead in the Water by Carola Dunn. This is from her Daisy Dalrymple series, and this book was published in 1998. I really like the Daisy Dalrymple series. They're set in the 20s in England, and they're just really fun. She's a journalist. She's writing articles for magazines, and she ends up marrying a detective from Scotland Yard, and like, it's just a really fun, lighthearted series. This is definitely a cozy series. In this one in particular, she is at Henley Regatta, and someone is murdered while they are rowing. Like, there is a rowing race, and someone is murdered while they are rowing. So that is a very, I don't know, it seems to me a very British sport, rowing. Although I have to admit, I find that fascinating. I would actually really enjoy being part of a rowing team. I think that would be good. Although, I don't know. I think that's one of those things that I've missed out on. I should have done it when I was younger, although I didn't really have the opportunity. But very interesting. Bonus prompt. You could also use this for the lounge because it is set in 1923. And then lastly, this one is boring to look at because I don't have the dust jacket. But this is Ngaio Marsh's A Man Lay Dead. This is from her Roderick Allen series. This was published in 1934. and this is a mystery set at a country house party where, and this is awesome, they are actually playing the murder game. And the victim in the murder game actually gets killed. And so I just thought this was absolutely perfect for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. And so, yeah, so I had to mention this one. Bonus prompts for A Man Lay Dead is the ballroom, because there is a house party, and the lounge, because the book was written in 1934. So Roderick Allen is a Scotland Yard detective who is called in to investigate. And yeah, this one was pretty good. This, you know, you're introduced to Roderick Allen. I believe this one is the first in the series. So you're introduced to Roderick Allen. It's a great country house party. You know, excellent group of suspects. So actually, there's probably a third bonus prompt there, because you could probably also use it for the dining room with a small group of suspects. I just realized that. So that's a great choice for Cloak and Dagger Christmas, because you could technically say that there are 4 prompts that you could use for that book. So yeah, I just thought it was so much fun that in the story they're actually playing the murder game. You know, so where people gather in a house and someone is the murderer, someone's chosen to be the victim, the lights go out, ooh, you know, so-and-so is dead, who killed them. And so I just think that is just the perfect book for Cloak and Dagger Christmas. All right, my Agatha Christie recommendations for the Billiard Room. I'm going to start with Murder on the Links. This is from 1923, and this is actually takes place in France, and it is a Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot and Hastings go over to France. A man has written to Poirot asking for his help, and when Poirot arrives, the man is dead. He is found dead on a golf course, and so there is a lot about golf in here, and the victim is actually killed on a golf course. So this one totally counts. Bonus prompt, you could also use this for the lounge, because it is set in because it was written in 1923. Next up, Cat Among the Pigeons. This is also a Hercule Poirot from 1959. And in this one, Poirot investigates shenanigans going on at a girls' school. And the reason why I picked this one is because the murder happens in the sports pavilion, and the person who is murdered is the sports teacher at the school. There is stuff about tennis in here, and so definitely a book about sports. Yeah, Cat Among the Pigeons. And then finally, Cards on the Table from 1936. This is a Poirot, and it is about bridge. It is very much about bridge, and I really enjoyed this, but I don't play bridge and I don't really understand the game, and so I found that I was at a bit of a disadvantage because I don't play bridge, because there's so much about bridge in this book. But it is a great Poirot mystery. So Mr. Shaitana invites Hercule Poirot, Ariadne Oliver, Colonel Race, and Superintendent Battle to a dinner party at his house. He has also invited 4 people who he feels have gotten away with murder. So you have 4 detectives and 4 would-be murderers at a dinner party. And after dinner, Shaitana sets up some tables to play bridge, and he has the 4 detectives in one room playing bridge, and the 4 would-be murderers in another room playing bridge. And at some point in the evening, Mr. Shaitana is murdered. So it is great. It's a great setup, a really great Agatha Christie, a really good Hercule Poirot, and I love that she puts those 4 detectives together, because they're all from other books, and so she's put them all together in this one book. I love that. So you can also use this for the lounge because it was written in 1936. You could also use it for the dining room because there is a dinner party before they play bridge. So this one is a great, I think it's a great recommendation for the billiards room for Cloak and Dagger Christmas altogether. So those are my recommendations for the billiards room. I hope you found something in there that piqued your interest, and I will see you for my next recommendations video very soon. Bye.